call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me, the pickings have been lush, and yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners, you might refuse to stay, and so the best that I can do is pray. Luck, be a lady tonight. Luck, be a lady tonight. Luck, if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck, be a lady tonight. Luck, let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck, be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, it isn't nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other man's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, lady, I'm the fellow you came in with. Luck, be a lady, luck, be a lady, luck, be a lady tonight. Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, without a hurt, the heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the kind of Septembers that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow. Hello and welcome to Keep Dreaming, my 10th living room concert, which is just crazy to think of that we've done 10 of these. And this concert that I'm offering tonight is just kind of a look at some dream roles that I've had the privilege to play, some dream roles that I have missed out on, and then some dream roles that still hopefully lie ahead, you know, as things come back and as things, whether or not they ever get back to normal, whatever the new normal looks like. So it's just a show about dreams and keeping dreaming. I just realized I'm serving some Norma Desmond realness. I hate to burst your bubble, but I will not be singing Norma Desmond in the show, because I wasn't smart enough to think about it before I started. But yeah, so it's just a silly, fun show. And I just want to clarify that this is not, you know, keep dreaming, as in just keep dreaming and follow your heart and good things will come. No, this is keep dreaming in the sense of how my mother, Sandra Murtagh, spoke to us as kids, which is more of a, keep dreaming, which is what we were told when we were bothering her and were not accepting no's. She would say, keep dreaming, not gonna happen, kid, not gonna happen, me están jodiendo, which is very sweet, Latin mothers as they are. And it's kind of funny because I don't know if this was her intention, but what it did for me was kind of help me to set my realistic expectations. Still dream big and still try hard, but it taught me the difference between being realistic and being pessimistic. This is not going to happen because I don't deserve it or blah, blah. Like, I'm not being pessimistic about it. This is not going to happen because it's just not going to happen. So them's the facts. What are you going to do about it? And it became this really amazing tool that kind of helped me throughout my life. You figure walking into 2020, everyone thought it was going to be their year. It was 2020, everything is possible, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And as we see, it's not everyone's year. It's almost nobody's year. And, for me personally, this was supposed to be a year where I was going to be doing lots of concerts, traveling to San Francisco, LA, wherever they would have me. I worked for Nachos. I had an amazing string of auditions and callbacks, so I was also planning to be working a lot this summer. And I booked my first primetime gig on TV, right? Which is just like wonderful. And next, and boom, and it just, the beginning of 2020 had this momentum that just felt like we were all unstoppable, and then all of a sudden we were stopped. So it's like, well, that's not gonna happen. Keep dreaming. And I licked my wounds for, the first month or so, and then I realized I can't get out of this without being productive. Like, we all come out the other side of this at some point. What will I have done with all this time? Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with licking your wounds for an extended amount of time. But for me personally, it didn't feel right. So on the year that I was supposed to be traveling this great nation, I decided to still do those concerts, but from my living room. And I decided the best way to do that was without pants, and most of the time wearing dresses or caftans. Because that's what I like to do, and if you're going to be a guest in my home, you should be prepared for this, right? This is kind of what you'd expect. This is actually how I spent the Super Bowl. Not far from the truth. And just made the best of this. And you know what else happened? Like, I've talked about this before, and I'm very proud of it, but that Mario show, this is really weird, do it backwards. I won an award in lockdown. That's nice. That's wonderful. The show that I booked, it aired. I was on TV, people were texting me. I couldn't believe it. I had almost forgotten. I didn't really forget. But I was surprised. I thought it would be delayed much, much further. I've made some amazing connections in the UK, doing some really wonderful lineups over there. And when things open back up again, I hope to get to the UK and sing with these wonderful musicians in real life. And a film that I worked on a couple years ago was in a film festival in Toronto. Which is still available. And that's amazing. Such a jet-setting year and such a weird outcome that I could not have fathomed. But, it's not to say that there aren't amazing things happening in 2020. So, actually keep dreaming. It may not be what you want, but you can make it something good. Right? Right. Now, I have to acknowledge this because I did almost cancel today's show because I wasn't sure how I would be feeling, how members of my community would be feeling. And I would just like to take a moment to really pay some respects to Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, as you may be aware, everyone knows, she passed away after a long fight. And what an amazing woman, and what an amazing life, and what a debt of gratitude. Whether you were on her side politically or not, as a nation we owe her. A true patriotic American. It wasn't about necessarily wearing red, white, and blue or American paraphernalia. It was about fighting for what's right and fighting to protect the rights of the people of this country, to keep it amazing and free, and to keep our democracy alive. She worked tirelessly. That is a real patriot. I don't care what you fly at your house. I don't care what you dress like as far as the red, white, and blue. It's about being a real American and standing up when it counts. And that's what she did. And I could have easily canceled this show, but much in how this show came to be was about bringing music and lightness in these dark times, because we can't control what happened. She has left us. She has left this world. And all we can do is honor her memory and her legacy. And so I would like to celebrate her tonight with some music and lighten your hearts. Because the marching is going to happen and we need to do something. So let us nourish our souls this evening. And as soon as this show's over, we'll get back to work, all right? So speaking about keep dreaming and all these dreams, if you know me long enough, you've known that I may have a little obsession with Audra McDonald. And anytime I really book a gig, even if I book it myself, like, oh yeah, I got this show that I totally am producing on my own and da-da-da-da. I have the hashtag, my Audra McDonald lifestyle. Because Audra McDonald is everything that I want to be. She has 6 Tonys. She's a phenomenal actress. She's a phenomenal singer. She's of the classical realm, and she is celebrated for that. She's on TV, she's on film, she's on Broadway. She has a hot husband. I mean, who wouldn't want that life? And with all of this being said and done, what really calls to me most for all my career endeavors and what I love most about her career is the concert work. For as long as I can remember, all I wanted to do was sing in big symphony halls with large orchestras behind me, and really get to sing some of the songs that I wouldn't be able to sing in a certain way in a theatrical setting, or I wouldn't be able to sing in a theatrical setting because I would never get cast as that. But I feel like I have something to offer the material. And that's why I love concerts so much and creating my own work. And so I thought I would give you a little glimpse of what that evening at Davies Hall will look like in 2022. Okay.
Again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way, round in circles I'd go. To tell you, but afraid and shy, I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day, never, never to know. I loved you. If I loved you, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy, I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day, never, never to know. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your face with a luster that puts gold to shame. But if I'd ever leave you, it wouldn't be in autumn. How I'd leave in autumn, I never would know. I've seen how you sparkle when fall nips the air. I know you in autumn, and I must be there. And could I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening as you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never could I leave you at all. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never could I leave you at all.
Ooh, it's getting warm in here, all these love songs. turning me on. No, I'm just kidding. It is actually getting warm in here because I produce a lot of heat and I'm singing and I'm nervous. I always forget to do this. This set's not over. But I always forget to do this. Please, as I mentioned earlier, this is to bring music into people's lives right now in these crazy dark times. So if you know anybody that might enjoy the show, might enjoy, you know, a large gay man singing in a nightie and a bathrobe with a turban and a fan, please share this video. And yeah, and also this is a free show, my contribution to the cause, but there are links above or below, however you're watching. If you feel so inspired, if you can, make a donation to help offset the cost of getting these tracks together and putting this show together. Yeah, that's it. No, it's not. G. Enrique, who's been making a majority of the tracks for this evening and 90% of the tracks for this entire series that I've been doing. I'm going to call it a series to validate myself. G. Enrique, my amazing friend and music director that I've known for a lot of years now, and that's a really beautiful thing when you know someone long enough to say that I've known them for so long. A wonderful human being and a musician, and we have to take care of our musician friends right now, right? Right. And so you can slip into their profile, which is connected, catch their shows, their piano bar shows. If you need tracks, if you need help with anything musically, reach out to them. If you feel maybe you want to, after you tip me, tip them, perfect. But now back to the show, as soon as I can unlock this.
I have often walked down this street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you
Now the set's complete. Nothing's reverent with me. Is that even how you say irreverent? Like, can something be irreverent? I don't know. But anyway, I hear a doorbell. I hope that's not the exterminator coming. It's part of New York living. It's a Saturday. That'll be interesting. Mija's on it. So that is obviously On the Street Where You Live from My Fair Lady. And Freddie was always a dream role of mine. For those of you who don't know, I started my career off as a pleasantly plump character actor. And I'd always wanted to sing these love songs, but everyone would just say, no, you're so funny. And I was like, yeah, no, I get it, but I also have a voice to sing these songs. And they're like, but you're so funny, you're so good as a character actor. And I was like, yeah, I am, but I'm also an actor, so I can, also like fall in love. I had no idea. I was very simple. I had no idea, still am, that it was, a comment on my physical appearance. And so all these roles were just like, you know what, keep dreaming. It's not going to happen. Keep dreaming. My mom didn't say that to me, but I'm just using her voice. To keep dreaming, like, oh, okay, this is not going to happen unless I change something. And if I was a bigger person, I would have changed the industry, but that takes a lot. So I decided to change myself, right? I don't need to always excuse everything I say. So I changed myself, and but I thought there were a lot of things that just passed by, I was never going to play this role, even though I had lost the weight, and even though I had done this and taken these classes. And one day I was in a class, and we went around, we said our intentions, what we want, and I just said, on or before whatever date it was, I really just want to play a romantic lead. And my friend Abigail was in the class, and she looked at me and she said, well, I'm producing a concert of My Fair Lady, and I'd love for you to sing Freddie. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I that's all I wanted, was to sing that role, to play that role, and I did, and it was fun. And I had continued my weight loss goals and gotten there. I'd worn this lovely suit that I had to have taken in. And afterwards, I got wonderful response from the audience. Like, oh my God, I hope you play this role all the time. I hope you play it again. And I was like, no, but I can't and I just had all this old garbage and baggage that I took with me of why I can't play this role. And I realized these people have no idea. As far as they're concerned, I'm the only choice for Freddie, and I've played the role 1,000 times before. Well, that's nice. And that started to happen a lot more when I moved to New York. My boobs look amazing tonight. Oh my God. These kettlebell workouts, I've been planning my own workouts. This is off script. Everything is off script. I'm speaking out of my ass every 2 weeks. But yeah, no, they look wonderful. Also, tip. So, poor Mija has to watch this. And, I turned this camera off, and then I'm like, oh shit, you saw all that. Wow. So when I moved to New York, and people obviously had no idea of my history, what I had gone through to change my reality, and blah, 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 they just knew who they met in that moment, who was standing in front of them, and the voice they just heard. And a lot of times people would love to guess my resume and all kinds of roles that I just never in a million years would have thought I would have ever been up for. And one that kept coming up a lot was Tony in West Side Story. And they're like, oh my God, you must have been an amazing Tony. And I would be like, oh no, I've never been Tony. And they're like, what? How can that happen? And I didn't want to go down there and well, here's my baggage. You want to talk to my therapist? Blah, 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 all that. I would just say, oh yeah, just a role that got away. And about the millionth time that I heard somebody, say, yo, you played Tony. I bet you were amazing. I just turned to them and I said, when I was age appropriate enough to play Tony, it was not believable that I could climb a fire escape. So, and then I walked away. That's as much as I gave them. And for the most part, it was a role that got away. Until my friend Hillary invited me to sing in a concert she was doing in San Francisco. And one of the things that we did was the balcony scene, and I got to dive in to the role of Tony. And it was so much fun, and going over that music really just pissed me off because, like, holy fuck, I would have been an amazing Tony. It's written for me, you know? But it didn't happen in those circumstances, but it did happen in concert. And another amazing thing that never came to fruition was that I was called in to audition at Lincoln Center for, I think it was, I don't remember the company, maybe ABT, maybe New York, I don't know. Somebody was doing, it's a big deal and I should have paid more attention, was doing the West Side Story Ballet Suite. And I was called in as the Something's Coming soloist. All these chances coming my way. And I went and I auditioned in Lincoln Center, which there's something when you walk on Lincoln Center, you feel this energy and this, it's transcendent. When you're escorted to a room with a baby grand piano and told, here's where you may warm up and practice your piece. That was an experience. Of course, I didn't get it because, you know, Brian Charles Rooney exists and is amazingly talented and is a real tenor. And he was wonderful in it. His voice is golden. But the opportunity to at least try, the opportunity to audition for Tony came up, and that was nice. Now, this is a track that was not made by G. And I now know my lesson. So I have to get really close and take a sip of water because it doesn't really... I'm getting a new soundbar, but for right now, this is what I have. So I'm going to get really close to the camera, make it really intimate. This is where my, Thanksgiving or Christmas special would come in for a close-up. Maybe turn off a light. Oh, too close. No, that's fine. Anyway, enough stalling. See, it's low. Could be, who knows? There's something due any day. I will know right away, soon as it shows. It may come cannonballing down to the sky, gleaming its eye, bright as a rose. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block, on a beach, under a tree. I got a feeling there's a miracle due, gonna come true, coming to me. Could it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good, if I can wait. Something's coming, I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. With a click, with a shock, phone'll jingle, door'll knock, open the latch. Something's coming, don't know when, but it's soon. Catch the moon, one-handed catch. Around the corner, or whistling down the river. Come on, deliver to me. Will it be? Yes, it will. Maybe just by holding still, it'll be there. Come on, something, come on in. Don't be shy, meet a guy, pull up a chair. The air is humming, and something great is coming. Who knows? Could be. It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach. Maybe tonight, maybe tonight, maybe tonight. You probably could not even hear that music, because I barely could. But yeah, that was fun. I got to do it. It was wonderful. And now back to the show, scheduled show. Yeah.
loving as Susan.
But that's bizarre. Technical difficulties. Well, isn't that lovely? While we... Oh, is this phone crapping out? Let's see. This is really funny. It's not funny. It's annoying. Yeah, it crapped out. We're going to reconnect. Talk amongst yourself. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Calvin. That's amazing. Thank you for watching. That's so good to see your name if I can't see you in person. Are we there? Are we connected? Oh, this fucking technology. I am like a boomer when it comes to technology. No offense to the boomers watching. But you know my struggles. Anyways.
Someone is waiting, cool as Sarah, easy and loving as Susan. Jenny, someone is waiting, warm as Susan, frantic and touching as Amy. Joanne, would I know her even if I met her? Have I missed her? Did I let her go? A Susan sort of Sarah, a Jenny-ish Joanne. Wait for me, I'm ready now. I'll find you if I can. Someone will hold me, soft as Jenny, skinny and blue-eyed as Amy. Susan, someone will wake me, sweet as Amy, touching and foolish as Sarah. Joanne, did I know her? Have I waited too long? Maybe so, but maybe so has she. My blue-eyed Sarah, warm Joanne, sweet Jenny, loving Susan, crazy Amy, wait for me. I'll hurry, wait for me. Hurry, wait for me. Hurry, wait.
That, of course, was from Stephen Sondheim's musical Company, which was another show that I thought I just would not be able to do. And then my very dear friend, Vanessa Paradise, got a bonus from work and decided to make with that bonus a little theater company. And the first show she produced was Company. And she went to Facebook. She's like, all right, I got the rights and I'm doing a show. Who wants to join me? That's the best impression I can do of Vanessa without being offensive. No, I'm just kidding. And so, I reached out and I was like, hey, girl, I know there's going to be a lot of people reaching out. So yeah, I would love to throw my name in the ring for consideration for Paul. And she wrote back, Paul, what the hell's the matter with you? You're Bobby. You've already been cast. And I was like, oh, I'm in the show. Oh, and I'm Bobby. Well, all right, let's do it. And we've had an amazing time over these years doing these shows. It's been really fun, and it's brought people in who maybe aren't getting the chances they may deserve or should have, which is the same as deserve, here in New York, but it's giving them a chance to perform on a New York stage in front of New York audiences. And I went from doing Bobby to doing the Wolf and Prince Charming in Into the Woods, and then just last fall, we did Pippin, and I was Lewis. And I was looking back, and I realized, wow, she always cast me as a goddamn douchebag. She knows me well. I mean, Bobby, he's lovely, wonderful, but he has intimacy issues and is just kind of like fools around with people and needs attention. And I was like, okay, that hurts. Prince Charming is, lust-driven and full of himself. I was like, okay. And then Lewis is just the biggest douchebag, just like obsessed with working out and talking about it and da-da-da. I was like, I need a break from the douchebags, all right? And so this year, we would have been in rehearsals right now, which is really sad to think about. And we were doing Sweeney Todd. And I would have gone from being a douchebag to being somewhat of a creepy stalker who's obsessed with a young blonde. Fuck you for knowing me, Vanessa. But yeah, it would have been lovely. And, Anthony's definitely one of those roles, like, ship has sailed on that. But that's a wonderful thing about concert settings. It's about, can you portray through your voice the emotion of this character? And it's really sad because it would have been an amazing show. We had an amazing cast. But here we are. So in honor and in a way to thank Vanessa for giving me opportunities that were not afforded to me, through the audition process, but to keep me active and to keep me artistic and to keep me going after my dreams. Here's a little something from Sweeney Todd. Nope, that's... I feel you, Joanna. I feel you. I was half convinced I'd waken, satisfied enough to dream you. Happily I was mistaken, Joanna. I'll steal you, Joanna. I'll steal you. Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you, buried sweetly in your yellow hair. I feel you, Joanna, and one day I'll steal. I'm with you then, I'm with you there, sweetly buried in your yellow hair. That's where Anthony breaks a birdcage. To free. Symbolic. She sings to birds. She's a little cuckoo too. A match made in heaven. I'm gonna take some water. You comment below and share and tip and do what you're gonna do. God bless. Next song. A bit of earth. She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds. The seeds will grow. The flowers bloom, but is their bounty what she needs? How can she chance to love a little bit of earth? Does she not know? The earth is old and doesn't care if one small girl wants things to grow. She needs a friend. She needs a father, brother, sister, mother's arms. She needs to laugh. She needs to dance and learn to work her girlish charms. She needs a home. The only thing she really needs I cannot give. Instead she asks a bit of earth to make it live. She should have a pony, gallop across the moor. She should have a doll's house with 100 rooms per floor. Why can't she ask for a treasure? Something that money can buy that won't die. When I give her the world, she asks instead for some earth. A bit of earth. She wants a little bit of earth. She'll plant some seeds. The seeds will grow. The flowers bloom, their beauty just the thing she needs. She'll grow to love the tender roses, lilies fair, the iris tall. And then in fall, a bit of earth will freeze and kill them all. A bit of earth, a bit of earth, a bit of earth, a bit of earth. That's probably the most dream role of the dream roles in the foreseeable future for me. That is from The Secret Garden. That's the role of Archie. I auditioned for that show way back when in San Francisco. And for the first time in ever, I got the response, you know, you're just too young to play this role. And I was like, wow, that was a nice change of pace, even though I didn't get it. But I was cast as Albert Lennox, who is Mary's father. And it was again this concert staging with this beautiful, oh my God, the orchestra was phenomenal. And for a concert, it was ridiculous. It was probably one of the most beautiful things. It was at the Victoria Theater in San Francisco in the Mission. It was a dream, and I got to watch the gentleman, Laurie DeSargent, sing this role, and I learned so much about it from him. And I got to sing the flip side of it, not Lily. I got to sing his other counterpart, which is Albert, Mary's father, and I got to sing the reprise of that, and it was just almost like a little universal bone, saying just keep going. It's not your time, but it'll happen. And so, hopefully it happens. I want to get back to Justice Ginsburg and celebrating her life in memory. And it's also important that I speak to everyone watching, all 18 of you. I appreciate it. I'm so scared right now, and I have so many privileges that a lot of people in my community don't have. As a Latino person, as a queer person, I have a lot of privilege coming my way. If you didn't know me, you might see me walking down the street and decide not to fuck with that guy. And a whole bunch of privileges that are obvious. But it is still my community, and my rights are still in the lines, as that is that of everyone within my community and neighboring communities. Her death is really hard hitting, and there are a lot of us who are scared and mourning right now, because she was our champion. She was the last hope we had, and she fought so hard for one person to affect such change and such hope. It really is wonderful. And so it feels like we are losing a friend and an ally, a mother, a grandmother, a guiding spirit. And she held on so long. 2 forms of cancer during a global pandemic at an age where she should have been retired and enjoying life with her grandchildren. She held on for us because she knew, and she held on as long as she could. And we should now take that and carry on her legacy, and the torch has been passed. And as sad as we are, we have an obligation right now, not just to honor her memory, but to make sure it continues. And so just vote. Call your senators, call everyone around you. This election is not just about one person. It is about changes on all levels, and we need to start at home, and we need to work our way out. So if you love someone like me, if you love me, please go vote and really think that it's not just about hate of one man or one person. It's about so much more. And the people that you love and care for are at risk of having their lives taken away. That's not figurative. So I thought for this tradition, I'm very proud. I talk about being Hispanic all the time. I'm also Irish. I'm very proud of that. And in true Irish tradition, to honor those who have left us, we're going to raise a glass to Justice Ginsburg. And it happens to be Negroni week, which if you're not sure what Negroni is, it's a gin-based drink. It's supposed to be equal parts. I do mine a little differently. Campari, sweet vermouth, gin, some bitters, and an orange twist. This week, as Miha walks the ice over so lovingly, that's why I have 2, because Miha needs to drink too. I put on these concerts, I work 2 jobs, and I'm a single mother of a 20-something-year-old twink. I'm an asshole. So we're going to pack the glass with ice. This is one that could be stirred in a little beaker, but this also could be built in the glass. So that's what we're going to do. And we have these little ice cube rosettes. If you've been watching the brunches, where's one? Rose? Oh, I already gave one to Miha. Did I give you a rose? As I touch all the ice? Oh, well, it's in there somewhere. Yeah, so this is what a Negroni is. I'm going to do a spin on it, and this is going to be called the RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG Groni. And this is going to be something in honor of her. Right now, we are people of the Jewish faith and community are celebrating Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. Lashana Tova to all of you. And it is said that those who die on high holidays are special, and that God realized that their work was needed on earth. So he left them on earth as long as he could, and then at the new year, brought them home. And I don't think that could be more fitting for RBG. So in Raising a Glass, we're going to do this spin on a Negroni. I bring up Rosh Hashanah because it is the time, you dip the apples in the honey. So it's going to be like an apple Negroni. So I do mine a little differently. It should be equal parts, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce. I'm going to do it a little differently because that's me. I won't be confined. But I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of gin. Boom. Boom, 1.5 ounces of gin. I'm going to do what I forgot to do, which is bitters, Angostura bitters, which I need to go to the store because these ones are about out. Some orange bitters. And now the bitters, if you've been watching, we talked about, they had like a third dimension to the drink. It doesn't change the profile, but much like you would put salt in something sweet to make the sweetness pop, you put the bitters in, and it really makes every flavor stand out. Now next, this should be, on my recipe, 3/4, because I'm stealing. Cocktails are all about proportion. So I stole 1/2 ounce to add to the gin. So I'm going to take 1/4 away from the Campari and 1/4 away from the sweet vermouth. But I'm going to go one step further because I'm going to be adding an apple liqueur, which I said it right, to make it the apple Negroni. Now, last night when I was trying this out, I tried to pull back on the gin, which is needed to create the balance. The liqueur is round and sweet, so I'm going to take away from the other round and sweet spirits, being this. So I'm doing 1/2 ounce as opposed to 3/4 of Campari and sweet vermouth. Can we do math? Do we know what that leaves? Because I'm at a blank right now. So I stole a quarter. That's half. So I'm going to see myself out. Mia's judging me right now. I work in accounting. I do bookkeeping. And I have a calculator. So I'm going to do just a little less than half because this can tend to be a little sweet. And that's the apple component. And we're going to just add a little drop because it is Rosh Hashanah, which is kind of just drop of honey. We're going to put some more ice because the warmth of the spirits has been melting it. And we're just going to stir. This is built in the glass. Right? Isn't that lovely? Oh, you're being difficult. And we stir. The time that I would take to stir, that's how you would dissolve the honey and the sugar and all that. We're going to, the honey's sticking to the spoon. By the time I finish this last song, these will be ready to drink, but we're still going to garnish them now anyways. Negronis always get an orange peel. So we're going to do that. And there we go. The oils add a nice little aromatic, so when you go to take a sip, you get that lovely orange blossom flavor. Right? I don't just look cute in a dress, I actually know things. I really love this. I feel very like Blanche Devereaux. God, my chest looks amazing. These workouts are going great. And you know what? It's okay to compliment yourself and think you're looking good and all that, especially right now. Compliment yourself. Everyone's talking about how awful they look gaining weight. I'm like, yeah, I gained weight too, and now I'm going to lose it. So bada bing, bada boom. Done it before, do it again. I'm going to slice some fresh apples. We're going to pretend like there's a cutting board here and I'm not just cutting on the bar cart. And we're going to make that look like that. And so we have the RBG Groni, right? Isn't that beautiful? Anyways, climb any fire escape lately, Tony? Hey, Dad, how about them lions? That's an inside joke. So yeah. Anyway, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a huge fan of the arts and supporter of Broadway. And I never met her. I've not yet been on Broadway, but so many of my friends and colleagues who have been and have been had the honor to perform for her just have the most amazing, wonderful things to say about her presence and her graciousness with them. And also a lot of the members of the community benefit from her place on the Supreme Court. So she's just so well loved in the Broadway community. I thought that I would sing another dream role that wasn't a dream role until right before lockdown when I got a call back, right? Because a dream role is one that pays and gets you health insurance. But this is fun. I've done the show before. I did not do this role. And I did it before for you guys a few months ago, but here we are again.
The theater's so obsessed with drama, so depressed, it's hard to sell a ticket on Broadway. Shows should be more pretty, shows should be more witty, shows should be more, what's the word? Gay. No matter what you do on the stage, keep it light, keep it bright, keep it gay. Whether it's murder, mayhem, or rage, don't complain, it's a pain, keep it gay. People want laughter when they see a show. The last thing they're after's a litany of woe. A happy ending will pep up your play, and a piss won't bomb if he winds up with mom. Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. If at the end you want them to cheer, keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. Whether it's Hamlet, Othello, or Lear, keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. Comedy's joyous in endless delight. Dramas annoy us and ruin our night. So keep your Strindbergs and Ibsens at bay. Keep it gay, 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 gay. Keep it gay.
Here's to you, RBG. We love you, and we will fight on the good fight for you. Be safe, everyone. Be smart, and most importantly, be kind.